This is a sacred place. This is in the last days. This will be a sacred place, and Jesus will come here.
Greg Brim is one of nearly 20 million people who believe Jesus Christ is coming to this spot in Independence, Missouri.
Someday, Christ is going to come.
And it's going to be
this
here.
is going to be a place, yeah.
Incredibly significant history.
The belief dates back to an 1831 proclamation from Joseph Smith, the founder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Smith told his followers that a divine revelation instructed him to prepare a new Jerusalem, a city of Zion, on this small patch of land near present-day downtown Independence. Smith and many of his followers moved to western Missouri after being forced out of other states.
And this is what they wanted. This is what's called the Temple Lot right there.
Joseph Smith laid these stones in the ground here, markers for a temple where Jesus would return. This Temple Lot was only the beginning of Smith's plans.
It's an important place to us because Joseph Smith prophesied that temples would be built here someday, and we still believe it.
Smith platted out an elaborate city with a tabernacle and dozens of streets and buildings to prepare for the second coming of Jesus, but a bloody confrontation cut those plans short.
There were people murdered, there were people killed.
If you stayed in Missouri, they cut you up, they threw you down in a well, they tarred and feathered you, they hung you by a meat hook somewhere.
Hostilities between the Latter-day Saints and their Missouri neighbors ignited the Missouri Mormon War in 1838.
We had 17 or 18 men and boys massacred in northern Missouri. Something called the extermination order, leave the state or you'll be exterminated.
Smith and 10,000 of his followers fled Missouri. In 1844, an angry mob in Illinois killed Joseph Smith. After his death, the Latter-day Saints movement splintered into several different belief groups.
It wasn't what I call a happy family.
The first group to return to Independence in the late 1800s was the Church of Christ Temple Lot, followers of the Book of Mormon, but separate from the larger Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
There have been numerous times that people have tried to take it, and they can't get it.
In the late 1800s, the smaller Church of Christ Temple Lot bought the sacred land where so many believe Jesus will return and has owned it ever since. The marker stones Joseph Smith laid for the temple sit inside that church's visitor center.
And so they found that right about where my finger is.
Over time, followers of the larger, more well-known Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints returned to Independence and set up a sprawling visitor center on land bordering the sacred Temple Lot soil. In addition, a third religion, also with roots in the Book of Mormon, the Community of Christ, erected its towering world headquarters literally across the street and overlooking the Temple Lot. When seen from above, it's clear all three faith traditions are staking a claim to be on or near the Temple Lot for the time when they all believe Jesus Christ will come to Independence.
In Community of Christ, my experience with it was not necessarily this idea of Jesus is going to return to this place.
Of the three churches surrounding Temple Lot, the Community of Christ is the only one that has moved away from the belief that Jesus is literally returning to this place, shifting to a symbolic notion of the second coming.
We would not be focused on end times, we're focused on the here and now.
But the Latter-day Saints and the Church of Christ Temple Lot are very much preparing for a literal, physical second coming. And the Latter-day Saints, with 16 million members worldwide, do not own the Temple Lot land, at least not now.
As we would say, in the Lord's time, everything will work out according to what the Lord would have us do.
The smaller 6,000-member Church of Christ Temple Lot claims there have been offers to buy this sacred spot. Temple Lot elder Randy Sheldon sees himself as a keeper of the flame to Joseph Smith's revelation.
There's gathering of forces and gathering of armies and so forth like this, but they're taking on God.
And there's valid reason for Sheldon to feel that way. In 1990, a former Temple Lot member burned their church to the ground.
In 1990, that was burned down by a crazy man.
Sheldon keeps close watch over the Temple Lot because he knows many others are too.
We know the devil doesn't like this place. We know the devil would like to erase us and eliminate us. But when you're dealing with God, that ain't going to be done.
When asked by Fox 4, elders with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints say they are not trying to acquire the Temple Lot ground, but Randy Sheldon says there have been inquiries as recently as this year. Sheldon insists it's not for sale and lives each day keeping his mind ready for the second coming of Jesus Christ right here in Independence, Missouri.
He's going to stay green until the Lord himself.
So when will you sell to the LDS Church?
It ain't happening. Never will happen.